On Global TV News Prime, 263 Boko Haram members' families surrender to troops. On the foreign scene, Trump recounts shooting experience, accepts Republican Party nomination. In business, customs intercepts containers of expired drugs, cutlasses, machetes, others at Lagos port. And in sports, Napoli PSG in talks after Osimhen agreement. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I'm Uyi Agumofegbe. We would like to remind you that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365. Tonight, we'll begin by telling you President Bola Tinubu will depart for Accra, Ghana on Saturday, July 20 to attend the 6th Media Coordination Meeting of the African Union. As chairman of Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS Authority Heads of State and Government, President Tinubu will address the meeting on regional integration, highlighting achievements and challenges in West Africa. The meeting, convened under the African Union theme, Educate and Skill Africa for the 21st Century, aims to align the work of the AU and regional economic communities to coordinate the implementation of the continental integration agenda. And back home, Nigeria's Vice President Kashif Shettima says the federal government is committed to bringing over 30 million unbanked Nigerians into the formal financial system. A statement issued by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications, Stanley Onkwocha, noted that Shettima stated this during a high-level policy dialogue between the Nigerian government and private sector stakeholders held in Washington, D.C., the United States. In line with the commitments, says the Vice President said there is an urgent need for financial innovation to drive Nigeria's economic and financial inclusion agenda. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, says crime rate in the country is on the decline. Addressing State House reporters after meeting with President Bola Tinubu in company of the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, Egbetokun said the president urged them to continue to synergize in order to bring crime to the barest. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu says the federal government is committed to the holistic implementation of the presidential metering initiative on metering. Adelabu disclosed this during a facility tour of metering solutions manufacturing services in Ona local government area of Akwa Ibom State. To bridge the gap of metering in the country, the minister said the federal government is targeting a minimum acquisition and installation of 2 million meters annually within the next 5 years. The multinational Joint Task Force of the Operation Lake Sanity 2 and 63 Boko Haram terrorists and their families have surrendered to Sector 1, Cameroon. This was contained in a statement by the Chief Military Public Officer, Lieutenant Colonel Abubakar Abdullahi in Maiduguri. According to him, the surrender occurred during July 10 and 17, 2024, with 5 terrorists surrendering to MNJTF troops in Wolgo on the Nigeria-Cameroon border. President Bola Tinubu has approved 70,000 naira minimum wage for Nigerian workers, promising to review the national minimum wage law every 3 years. Mohammed Idris, Minister of Information, said the president made the announcement at a meeting with leaders of the organized labor. Before the meeting, labor leaders had insisted on 250,000 naira minimum wage. Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, Zephaniah Gisalo, has stated that the Supreme Court ruling on local government autonomy will significantly enhance the socio-economic development of the nation by empowering the grassroots. Speaking in Abuja at the annual retreat on performance management system organized by the ministry, Gisalo emphasized the positive impact of the ruling. The 7-justice panel of the Apex Court, in a judgment delivered by Justice Emmanuel Agim, had declared that the 774 local government councils in the country should independently manage their funds. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of Didi Esther Walsin Jack as the head of the Civil Service of the Federation with effect from August 14, 2024. A statement by a presidential spokesman, Ajiri Ngalale, says Walsin Jack was appointed as Federal Permanent Secretary in 2017 and had served in several ministries. The new appointee will take over from the incumbent head of the service of the Federation, Folashade Yemi Eson, who is due to retire on August 13, 2024. Members of the House of Representatives have pledged to give up 50% of their salaries for 6 months to address the hunger across the country. During the session presided over by Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu amended the motion urging his colleagues to sacrifice 50% of their salaries. He made this plea when it was his turn to speak, seeking their support for this gesture. Minister of Education Professor Tahir Mamman says a new curriculum would be introduced for secondary schools nationwide by September 2024. Tahir made this known at the ongoing 2024 Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board Policy meeting in Abuja. Mamman stated that work is being done to ensure that a new curriculum is introduced for secondary schools by September. Lagos State government has announced a 90-day traffic diversion for motorists on the Odo-Iya-Alaro Bridge, which will commence on Monday, July 22, 2024. Commissioner for Transportation Oluwaseun Oshiyemi stated that the diversion is due to the deplorable state of the asphalt pavements and expansion joints on the Odo-Iya-Alaro Bridge. Oshiyemi noted that the diversion would be done in 2 phases, the Ojota-bound lane and the Yaba-Ojo-Elegba Maryland-bound lane, respectively. We're taking a quick break now on the news. When we continue, we'll have more stories right up ahead for you. Do stay with us, everyone.
Welcome to Bayes University, Abuja, Nigeria, with a legacy of excellence and a vision for nurturing future leaders. Bayes University is in a league of its own. We're all about our people, processes, and technology.
Bayes is one of the highly rated universities in Nigeria in terms of product quality standards.
We don't just produce graduates, but groom people into employers of labor.
And it has made us understand that learning is all about 3 things. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn.
Bayes University Hospital offers a range of specialized services equipped with the latest technology, manned by a team of trusted professionals. And now, our vision extends beyond our walls with the Baba Ahmed University in Kano following our lead. Join us at Bayes University and invest in your future today.
Bayes University is the institution that you will get the best value for money education in Nigeria.
Bayes University. Learn to live.
Thank you for staying with us. The Senate has proposed a bill for the amendment and establishment of the Local Government Independent Electoral Commission. This was coming about a week after the Supreme Court had ordered the federal government to stop paying allocations for local governments to state governments from the Federation accounts. The federal government, through the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, had filed a suit at the Supreme Court against governors of the 36 states. President Bola Tinubu has launched the Nigerian Education Loan Fund in the Council Chamber of the State House. The president also expressed determination to ensure the success of the fund and the fulfillment of the dream of higher education by indigent Nigerian students. Kikalamo Okere has details.
Who commended the chairman of the board, Jimovia, and the managing director, Akitunde Sawyer, for their efforts in driving the critical agency.
Earlier said by me, without education, you cannot even successfully conquer poverty, insecurity, and abuse in the society. Education is that light at the end of the tunnel.
The managing director, Nigerian Education Loan Fund, Akintunde Sawyer, says the portal has received over 110,000 loan applications so far.
One of the key features when the bill was sent back to the House and for reenactment was that you very graciously included an upkeep element to this. Before, in the previous bill, sir, it was just the fees. Now we're going to be putting real money into the pockets of students and not just saying we're paying your fees, but we know they have other expenses.
The board chairman, the Nigerian Education Loan, Jimovia, says the students' loan scheme seeks to provide financial support, including school fees and stipends, to eligible students nationwide. He further stated that the disbursement of loan to successful applicants during its inaugural meeting in Abuja last month.
The very special importance of education in growing their youth, in encouraging their youth, and for the youth to spearhead the development of their various countries' activities. Of course, the World Bank is there also to play its own role.
Over 1.2 million students are expected to benefit from the first phase of the program. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Niger State Governor Mohamed Bago has assured Nigerians that Niger youth will not be part of the planned nationwide protest set for August 1 to 10th, 2024. A widely publicized youth protest has been planned to drive home the current hunger and economic hardship facing the country. Bago, however, made this known during a town hall meeting in Mina, Niger State capital, where he averred that the youths in the state are peaceful and would not be drawn into any national protest. Nigeria's leading opposition party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, says it has noted the unprecedented hardship and impoverishment of majority of Nigerians, which they had said resulted from the mismanagement of the nation's economy by the All Progressives Congress APC-led federal government. The People's Democratic Party Governors Forum, arising from its two-day meeting in Enugu, also raised concern that the minimum wage negotiations were becoming unduly protracted, appealing for restraints in the discussions between the organized labor and federal government. You're watching News Prime, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles, as you now see on your screen. When the news returns, former U.S. President Donald Trump recounts shooting experience, accepts Republican Party nomination. We'll bring you these and other stories right after this short break. We urge you to stay with us.
Are you ready to be entertained like never before? Get ready to dive into the latest and greatest entertainment news in lifestyle, music, movies, birthday celebration, and so much more, all on Entertainment Circle on Global Television. From the hottest red carpet event to exclusive interviews with your favorite stars, we've got you covered. Stay up to date with the latest trends and news from the entertainment world, all in one place. Tune in every Saturday by 1 p.m. with Chung Annabelle Joseph on Global Television.
In an ever-busy world, the increasing challenge of keeping track of health matters can be extremely demanding. Follow the latest health tips and trends on Health Guide on Global Television on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Health Guide on Global Television. Put your health first. Get ready for it. Inside Today brings you issues relating to family, peer pressure, drugs, substance abuse, societal and topical issues making rounds. Join Jumaine Manson on Global Television Monday to Thursday and it repeats every Friday. Time 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Don't miss out.
Are you a food lover? Do you care about your health and nutrition? Are you interested in exploring the diverse culinary traditions from around the world? Then look no further. Introducing Lunch Global on Global Television, a show that takes you on a delicious journey through the world of food, nutrition, and diet. So, whether you're a seasoned foodie, a health enthusiast, or simply curious about the world of food, Lunch Global has something for everyone. Tune in Mondays to Fridays and let your taste bud take you on a journey of flavor, culture, and discovery on Lunch Global. Bon appetit!
This is Global Television, bringing you live broadcast of News Prime with Uyag Mofwebe. We appreciate your time with us. Now let's take you to the foreign scene where former U.S. President Donald Trump has been nominated to be the candidate of the Republican Party in November 5 presidential election. Trump began his speech by recounting his experience of last Saturday's attack.
Bullet and moved my right hand to my ear, brought it down. My hand was covered with blood, just absolutely blood all over the place. I immediately knew it was very serious, that we were under attack, and in one movement proceeded to drop to the ground. I am running to be president for all of America, not half of America, because there is no victory in winning for half of America. So tonight, with faith and devotion, I proudly accept your nomination for president of...
Trump also promised to be president for all Americans if elected, stating his acceptance of his nomination. Although his speech contained sharp criticism of Joe Biden's policies on several fronts, Trump made just one direct mention of his rival's name, calling him one of the worst presidents in history, as he frequently does at rallies. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden now faces new questions over his candidacy in the November election, with his campaign events currently on a pause due to a COVID-19 infection. The top two Democrats in the U.S. Congress, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries are both reported to have met him individually to express concerns over his bid for the White House. No fewer than 16 persons have been killed in a fire outbreak at a shopping mall in the southwestern Chinese city of Zhejiang. Firefighters and rescuers responded to a fire call shortly after 6 p.m. at the 14-story commercial building and pulled 75 people to safety. A passenger train has derailed in India's northern state of Uttar Pradesh, and medics were dispatched to the site, a local medical officer said, with footage of the accident showing several overturned carriages. The Chandigarh-Dimbranga Express derailed in Gonda district near the Hindu holy city of Ayodhya. And sadly, 7 people have died, including 3 young children and a teenager, in a fire that broke out in the early hours of yesterday in the southern French city of Nice. The local prosecutors said officials were investigating the blaze as a potential arson attack. The mayor of Nice said they had images that clearly showed that fire had been caused by petrol being poured into a stairwell by hooded people during the fight. Flames engulfed the upper floors of an apartment block in the Moulin area of Nice, close to the city's airport. A Milan court has ordered a journalist to pay Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni damages of €5,000 for making fun of her in a social media post. The journalist, Giulia Cortes, was also given a suspended fine of €1,200 for a jibe on X in October 2021 about Meloni's height that was defined as body shaming. The Apapa commander of the Nigeria Customs Service has intercepted 7 containers carrying expired pharmaceuticals, 12,000 pieces of cutlasses, machetes, and 4,129 packages of frozen chicken imported into the country. The Customs Area Controller, Apapa Command, Controller Babatunde Olomu, who made the disclosure at Apapa, said all seizures have a duty-paid value of about 292.244 million naira. He stated that the seizures were part of the Controller General Customs policy thrust of zero tolerance for smuggling. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has sold dollars to eligible bureau de change operators at the rate of 1,450 naira to the dollar. This was disclosed in a statement signed by the acting director of the Trade and Exchange Department of the CBN, Amadu Madi. This comes days after the Apex Bank sold $123 million to authorized dealers. Major Energies Marketers Association of Nigeria says the landing cost of premium motor spirits, also known as petrol, was 1,117 naira a litre as of July 16, 2024. The association stated that the landing cost of diesel was 1,157 naira per litre, while that of aviation fuel was 1,127 naira per litre. The federal government has stated that it will ensure that Nigerian businesses maximize the benefits of the African Continental Free Trade Area. President Bola Tinubu disclosed this while speaking at the launching ceremony of the Guided Trade Initiative under the African Continental Free Trade Area in Lagos. According to Tinubu, who was represented at the event by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, African Continental Free Trade Area has the potential to transform the continent's economic landscape. And now to sports. Napoli and Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, have entered into negotiations for the transfer of Nigeria striker Victor Osimhen after the player reportedly agreed to personal terms with the French giants. Napoli are reportedly now prepared to negotiate a fee lower than what had earlier been agreed, which is the sum of 130 million euros fee clause, as they struggle to accommodate his 10 million euro per season salary agreed in December. There are claims that Osimhen has agreed basic personal terms with PSG, paving the way for talks between the two clubs to intensify their negotiations. This development follows the arrival of Osimhen's agent, Roberto Calenda, in Paris. The House of Representatives has announced the donation of 100 million naira to Nigeria's 2024 Olympics and Paralympics contingent to the forthcoming games built for Paris, France. Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives Benjamin Kalu, who presided over plenary in the absence of Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, disclosed this when the House hosted the Minister of Sports Development, John Eno, who was in the Green Chamber to unveil Team Nigeria's Olympics and Paralympics kits. As we end News Prime on Global Television, here's a quick look at some of our major headlines. 263 Boko Haram members and their families have surrendered to troops. On the foreign scene, former U.S. President Donald Trump has recounted his shooting experience, delivering an acceptance speech of his nomination at the Republican Party convention. And finally, in business, we told you Nigeria Customs Service has intercepted containers of expired drugs, cutlasses, machetes, others at Lagos ports. And that's it on News Prime, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on DSTV, channel 365, and StarTimes, channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using a Global TV NG and other handles as you now see on your screen. I'm Uyag Mofwebe saying a very big thank you to you on behalf of the production team here at Global Television in Abuja, Nigeria's capital. We'll see you again.
factual and well-investigated stories. Look no further than Global Television. Dive deep into issues with our in-depth analysis and stay informed with our educational and interesting programs. Join us on Global Television, where quality content meets excellence. Follow us on all our social media platforms to stay connected and never miss an update. Global Television, Nigeria, our pride.
Piles can be so irritable. It itches badly, causes inflammation of the rectum, and gives so much pain and discomfort. But here comes the solution: Anadol. Anadol suppositories contains bismuth subgalate, balsam peru, and zinc oxide to give you relief from the irritating effects of piles and hemorrhoids. Get Anadol and get your life back. Anadol suppositories for relief.